How's it guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're doing analysis again on two currency pairs. It's going to be the British pound, Japanese yen, and then also the British pound, US dollar. Before we hit the charts, just go visit my website. The link will be in the description, bottom left corner over here as well, where you can find some previous trading material, some nice reading material about trading. For those of you that's getting started into trading, there's some nice video categories there, and then also some nice strategies. Preferred brokers, these guys are absolutely brilliant. Go check them out. You always need a reliable broker behind your side. Also, with the COT reports, you can download the COT reports on the resource tab. It has not been updated yet. I'm still waiting for the figures to be released. So you will still have last week's COT reports there, but as soon as it gets released, I will update it and post it on my website. So let us hit the charts. So we're starting off on the British pound, Japanese yen. We're looking at the daily time frame, and we're going to be moving down to the hourly. So on the daily time frame, what we can see is a nice little pullback, and then this pullback happened actually last week already, but a nice retracement to the 62% area, and you can see price, ever so slightly moving upwards towards, going to an uptrend. So let's see if the British pound is going to get stronger against the Japanese yen, and that it will start moving beyond this high that's over here. So on a 4-hour time frame, just have a look here, just expanding it a little bit. Okay, so 4-hour time frame, there were some nice opportunities also here. So first opportunity, well, let's just look at the bigger one. So you have a nice little retracement, okay, from this swing low to that swing high, coming back all the way, just touching that 62% area with a nice little entry that you could have taken in upwards. But there was a little earlier entry on this currency pair. So this little entry, as you can see, there was a low forming here, and then a high with this bearish candle in between the bulls, and then another low and another high. So that is where you can just take your Fibonacci from here to there. Okay, so that's a swing low, swing high, retracement to the 62% area. And as you can see, there's also a nice little buying, a little buying opportunity going upwards. So two little entries you could have taken on the 4-hour time frame on this currency pair. Looking at the hour time frame, just zooming out and then just making it nicely. So obviously we ended last week with these two areas in the market that we were highlighting, and then just looking at any break of structure or break above these two areas, break or below it or above it, and as we can see, price just breaking above it. So again, you had a fair value gap that was formed. So that's also a beautiful entry that you could have taken there. I'm just going to do this. Basically your middle of that block over there. I'm just going to, there we go. So that's the middle of the block. And then a nice little retracement to the fair value gap, price shooting up. And then you had another opportunity where you take that low, swing low to that swing high. And as you can see, price retracing again, 62% area, and that's another entry that you could have taken. So two little entries on this currency pair, price going up, but again, just coming back again and just in this range area of the market. We have got a little high over here, okay, that's still intact. Okay, but again, we're moving towards the end of the month. So normally when it comes to the end of the month, we see price just, slowing down a little bit, consolidating in a certain area, and then beginning of next month is going to start shooting again. So we will definitely be looking at this area in the market over here. Okay, that's going to be focusing on this week. We want to break above it, and then once it breaks above it, we're obviously going to react to what the market gives us. And then what I want to do is I'm just going to highlight this low area over here. Okay, that's going to be an area that I'm going to be focusing on. So these two areas, let's have a look and see if price breaks below it or above it, and again react to the market, meaning by we're going to use the fair value gap or the Fibonacci for any retracements to those to the Fibonacci or retracement into that fair value gap, and then we react and then trade accordingly. So the next currency pair we're going to be looking at will be your British pound. Here we go, British pound, US dollar. We're going to just go to the daily time frame. I'm just going to do that. There we go. So the British pound getting stronger against the US dollar. Okay, as we can see, it's a nice little uptrend, and once again, a little structure being broken over here. So with a nice bullish candle. Okay, so that structure's been broken, nice bullish candle going up. So we're kind of expecting price to just rally back a little bit on the daily time frame, but we will see if price carries on or just gonna start pulling back before it moves on to a higher high. We're doing 4-hour time frame now. Again, just little movements on here. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So we obviously saw that break of structure. So there is a nice little area that price broke. So I'm just looking at that. Okay, and I'm going to be highlighting two areas because like we see this nice bullish movement in the market, we're expecting some sort of a retracement, okay, of price. So we have a fair value gap that's been highlighted there and another fair value gap. So we have got two big fair value gaps in the market. So will price retrace to any of these two areas? Either that one, or it's going to just follow or go through that one and that. So we're going to be looking at these two areas in the market for any type of retracement. But again, price can also just carry on upwards. Okay, so because fair value gaps don't normally always comes back, or price doesn't always comes back to the fair value gap and touch it and go. These two areas might also be triggers for your take profit at a later stage if you sell above here, to the downside. So again, let's just keep an eye on price and see what it's going to be doing on these two. Well, if there's any type of retracement this week. So we're going to be highlighting those two fair value gaps as well. 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we saw on the 1 hour time frame, we saw price breaking below this area. Okay, yes, there could have been a nice little setups on your lower time frames, but I'm not going to drill into that now. I'm just going to be looking at the 1 hour time frame. You can see price going up again and then moving upwards and then forming little heights, and then the price or the entry that I saw this week was going to be this one. So you had a nice little area at the bottom here. This was your turning point in the market with a nice little candle set up there, and then you saw price forming a high and then a low and then another high and then another low. Okay, so where I saw the setup is, if you can see all these bullish candles here and you see that bearish candle, and I always talk about these bearish candles in between bulls or bullish candle in between the bears, that's a little structure area, that's a little support area in the market that's been formed. So there's a little, after that area, there's a little swing high, swing low and a swing high. As you can see, that's structure. Okay, that's a support area in the market. Price coming back, forming a swing low, then it formed a swing high, and then it retraced to the 62% area, as you can see. So that was a beautiful little entry that you could have taken, and just after that entry, you saw price just shooting up. So that's a nice entry on the British pound Japanese yen. It's British pound US dollar. Now, currently, what we're looking at is this area in the market. So we're focusing on this high. It's a nice big area. Okay, it's going to be a high. Was that high still intact? And then what I'm going to be looking at, okay, is going to be this low over here. There. Okay, those two areas I'm going to be focusing on. You've got all these areas in the market that's still intact. That's liquidity that's lying below these areas. So if there's any retracement back, it's going to definitely break to the downside. And again, you've got these fair value gaps. We saw them on the 4 hour time frame, but keep in mind these fair value gaps in the market. Those are areas that price can retrace back to. Okay, that, and there's another one. And like I said before, it's not always the case that these are entry areas. It can be entry areas, but it can also be exit areas for your trades. So if you find yourself in a sell position, obviously exit on these areas, because then we're going to be looking for buy areas. So that's all from my side, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. It's a nice little quick video. I hope you guys caught linear pips this week. And if you did, and if you liked this video as well, just don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Show me some love by hitting that super thanks, and I will be making some more analysis videos this weekend. Please comment in the comment section as well, guys. Let me know what you think, And guys, I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and happy trading, guys.